In game. Huzzah! Man, Nerchio's not even ranked on Legacy in the Void. Like, is he even trying?
Oh my god, Rifkin.
Gosh. Alright, well, welcome back to the winner's match, guys. Once again, this best of 3 is worth about $300. They will be first place in the group. The loser of this will fall to fight against the winner of Puck versus Bly, which again, I'm sorry guys, we wanted to cast, but it's actually playing out as this one goes on. So the winner of that will play the loser of this, and the winner of this will walk away today with $300. Nice and easy.
Yeah, and that's pretty awesome.
I'm not sure if Nerchio is being sarcastic or if this is just making up for the lack of GG. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, map number 2 in the winner's match, spawning in the upper right side of Orbital Shipyard. It's going to be the pink Terran player, Beastyqt.
And opposing him in the bottom of the map, it is going to be the Zerg player. It is Nerchio.
And it seems like chat has solved the issue on why I was lagging. They've confirmed that ZombieGub is DDoSing me for deporting her to Korea. Yes, I was the one who reported her to the government, and I said, get this woman out of not my country.
Yes, the likeliness of that story is very believable, Rifkin. What's interesting, Nerchio is actually going to be taking the outer expansion for his natural base. And I feel like the reason for this is actually because the one that's behind his main base is actually more susceptible to the defender mode of Liberators coming down in that spot where actually Queens can't reach.
So yes, that's certainly something to consider. Again, defender mode. But this is actually something we saw, I think it was Guru. Or is it true? Maybe it was both. Either way, Zerg players yesterday were doing this as well. And I'm just thinking Orbital Shipyard is one of these maps where it is pretty much guaranteed to get a third at some point anyways. So the used to be really important, still important, but not as important point of just spreading creep could be a factor in it as well.
Yeah, it definitely does make for a faster creep spreading out toward the middle of the base to the mid game. It does have pros and cons. I mean, the creep spread is definitely a pro, but the con of taking this base is actually the high to low ground ledge just next to the destructible debris, where tanks can actually abuse it with medevac drop play.
I mean, BC, he sees where the natural actually is and confirms there's no faster third. I guess if you see a really fast third, that's when you get really dedicated to Reapers. But you know what? He's doing that build he did on Bridgehead, where he goes for the lots of Reapers. He did this versus Bly, pardon me. But he goes for lots of Reapers for the opener. This isn't so bad. Lots of Reapers can get quite a bit done in the early game. The problem is these do fall off, and they don't really have a place later on. It become a very large waste of gas.
Yeah, I mean, they do get the initial scout off, but I do like the way Beastyqt continues to use the grenade within large engagements. I mean, we saw it on Bridgehead in the last game of the series against Bly, where Bly was trying to defend with roaches, and with the grenades constantly being thrown down as soon as they were off cooldown, the roaches just kept being flung left, right, and center, and they didn't really get the efficient shots off that they required to defend. I mean, that's nice using the Reaper grenade continuing like that. But I mean, if the Zerglings are able to get us around, they do have speed now.
But that's if they can get the strength. You know, there's always this cliff in the middle of the map too they can hop towards. But unfortunately, all the Lings do go down. Several do circumvent the Reapers, and they're going to try and do a small counterattack. But frankly, this attack out of Beastie is going to have to go home and defend.
Yeah, and this middle ground, as you said, Rifkin, actually is a safe housing for this map, and it might be the reason why Beastyqt actually decided to opt for the Reaper build. One Reaper gets cut off on its halving from the Speedlings, which is really nice for Nerchio. But Beastyqt is trying desperately to try and accumulate a nice number of Reapers to pretty much just one-shot those Zerglings. Nerchio doesn't really have an overwhelming amount of Zerglings either, so he kind of has to be careful, because if he loses these Zerglings, then he loses map control. He loses the potential of picking off the incoming Reapers that come across the map. Alright, well, Beastyqt taking the third base now.
Ooh, nice down Nerchio, by the way. Look at this interception with those Lings.
Wow.
They're lined up perfectly on that cliff. Catches one of the Reapers, not a problem. Ducks with the Overlord to see scouting. Doesn't quite confirm much, but does see the factory's not done yet. And that's going to let him know that it'll be a long time till the starport is even out. Third base for BC, though, is landed. And we'll start seeing if bunkers come down or not. really read into whether he wants to play Paranoid.
Yeah, and Nerchio has done such an exceptional job with such little speed links on the map. He's really focusing on his drone production, his queen production, and his creep spread. And as you can see, his creep spread is already pushing into the out of his third base currently. He's putting creep spread as creep tumors rather, sorry, on the edge of his, I guess what you could consider his natural, because he did take the base first, but that will actually speed up the process of creep spreading to the right hand side of the map.
Well, the Reapers are spreading like crazy. One of the big things about spreading them out like this is it's a lot of scouting information, sure, but also says, hey, come kill me, I'm a free Reaper. Spire, BC's not going to see any of this. He's had, in the previous couple of games, he's had some pretty clutch scans, but if this Reaper could get in there, that'd be obviously the best case scenario. Unfortunately, will not.
Unfortunately, we'll not see the Spire or the production of how far along it is being made, but he does know that Nerchio has so far only produced Queen, Link, and drones, which are very, very mineral heavy and pretty much free on gas. They actually cost no gas at all. So he does know that there are gas being taken at that natural base and the main base at least. So he's gonna be like, what are you spending your gas on? Is it gonna be roaches or is it gonna be mutalisks?
Well, even if it is mutalisks, there's lots of Marines out. Stim's already done, so mobility won't be a problem. We'll see if the harass becomes a problem. We might actually have to keep those at home to defend. Depending? Question mark. Either way, I want to give a quick shout out to Alling for the 8-month resub. Thank you very much for coming back to the channel another month around, sir.
Nice.
And of course, for anyone who hit their 12-month mark, Zombie Grub did go mail out Partoufs prior to getting deported to Korea, so...
Deported.
Those are in the mail. I'm telling you, she's gonzos.
She got fired and deported.
Oh, this positioning is so nice. The banlings are so far away, and they can't wrap around that cliff very easily. Not to mention, BC did clean up a lot of creep tumor, so you pointed out earlier today, it does recede a lot faster, and it is cleaned up very quickly.
Oh my gosh, so quickly. It's so devastating to see as a Zerg player. I mean, he's desperately sent those queens out immediately to replace that creep because he knows how fast it's going to resend. But behind this, Nerchio is actually going to be on the aggressive now. He doesn't have his banelings just yet. They're still waddling across the map. They don't have centrifugal hooks just yet, but it looks like the Mutalisks and the Zerglings are sufficiently ticking off Marines without medevac support.
They got caught trying to go back home, unfortunately, walking home the way they did. Didn't quite cut it. Not a lot of banelings left, so Nerchio can't really push up this ramp, but BC did lose a lot of his army just now.
Yeah, I mean, without those medevacs kind of supporting with the heal, they just die so much quicker. They were clumped up, and the banelings weren't there to actually get some efficient baneling connections, but, I mean, it just did not matter. They just...
So, just taking a break from the game for a moment, everyone complaining about internet and Rifkin, you should move somewhere better with internet. This is not like something I haven't considered, folks. You just have to understand. I don't make a whole hell of a lot of money on Beastyqt TV. Throwing this $500 show match, where do you think the money for that comes from? Like, all the sponsor money, all the subscriber money, we just put back into the channel all the time. I don't actually have the money to move somewhere like, say, Sweden, or get a visa to the United States. Like, I would love to go somewhere better with internet. I hate having a data cap. I think it's absurd. It's barbaric. But I have to live with it because I have no other choice.
Yeah, and we have a data caps in Australia as well. I think it's... When I heard that, you know, the US doesn't really have data caps, I was like, what is this blasphemy?
Yeah, what is real life right now? Exactly. Anyways, get back into the game. We got some One of Mine set up really nicely here. Oh, they should be able to get some good shots at these lings! Of course, obviously having this for the banelings would be much better, but it picks up in these medevacs trying to run away. There's too many mutalisks in pursuit, and Nerchio... he's looking good this game, frankly. A lot more map control than previous. Creep spread like nuts. Lots of mutalisks to play with, and of course... looking for a way to come back in the series. Let's not forget, BC did win that first game pretty well.
I find it absolutely amazing that Nerchio has done so well with only starting baneling speed now. Like, this whole time, his banelings have just been waddling around, and he's got quite a number of them as well.
Yeah, you're right. I remember you brought that up earlier, and I just assumed they would have been started sooner than later. But, oh, catches some of the Marines with the slow banelings. Not a lot of mutalisks go down. Medevac running for its life, but nothing inside of it, sadly.
I think what's absolutely amazing so far for Beastyqt, though, what he has going for him is that he's already started his 3-3. Beastyqt is going to have the upgrade advantage by a lot, actually, very soon, because the Hive started for Nerchio. His 3-3 has not yet begun.
Might not be a problem, though. Nerchio, Hyun, these are just some of the players that would go really upgradeless, but heavy on banelings, and still roll through Terran armies. Now, granted, that was part of the Swarm, there were Liberators, blah, 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 but still. These Widowmines looking for some shots, not quite getting any. Lots of banelings go down the left side, but the Mutalisks, ooh, God, they're going to take out these Liberators.
Oh my gosh. This is actually such a nice cost-efficient engagement for Nerchio, even though his baneling speed is only just complete after the engagement has completed. Beastyqt does eventually secure this this 4th base though, and that's actually quite key because now he can drop the Mule Hammer. Nerchio is actually coming in for round 2. Like, he does not want this 4th base going up.
Oh Jesus, those baneling connects though, BBB. Now he did lose a lot of Mutas, a considerable amount of Mutalisks to make this happen, but oh my God, there's nothing close to repair. This Commander might burn down. Use the mules! Use the mules!
Use the mules, and now the reinforcement Zerglings are in play, and the Mutalisks are targeting down this Commander. It is going to fall, and it does so sadly for Beastyqt. He supplied dropping harshly, and yeah, taps out GG. Nerchio tying up the series 1-1.
Definitely well done. Well played. Looking to get back into this. Remember, guys, this best of 3 is worth $300 for the winner only. Nothing for the loser, essentially. So, everything on the line for this. So we're gonna hop to an ad break and we'll get the 3rd and final lobby set up. We'll see which of these two walks away victorious from the group and which will fall to the finals match.